All right, good morning, everybody. Happy, happy Friday. We made it. We made it. We made it. All right, let's get this show on the road right here. What we got going on is uh, we had news early on, and the market reacted significantly uh, to it. We had non-farm employment change, hourly earnings, unemployment rate, uh, and that came in and tanked the market in a significant way. Then in this rotation, we ended up reversing the 200 in Tirinko. So now you have the 200 and the 100 are in sync on the long side. Okay. And we're getting a bit of a pullback to harmony zone number one. Harmony zone number one is 28 by 18. And we have harmony zone number two is 703 by 93. Hey, Gregory, how are you? So, good morning, Sheila. Good morning, Adam. Good morning, Gregory. Good morning, James. Good morning, John. Good morning, Khaled. Good morning, Pat. Good morning, Saif. Good morning, Gary. Wow, look at that. At the open, we had a captain setup switch trade right off the bat to start us off. That's a bullish behavior right here. It happened fairly quickly. Okay, so what are we looking for? We are looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity against harmony zone number one. We're looking for target of 778, and we will reevaluate that idea if we break anything under 710. Okay, we're heading toward that 778 fairly quickly, right off the bat, and target is hit. Target is hit. We're looking for pullback as buying opportunity again at the open. Next target is 803. We'll reevaluate that idea under 740. Longs are in charge. Don't try to get cute with this market, especially early on, and try to fade it. And when there's momentum like that, then we're just gonna have to follow that. Hey, Omer, good morning. Hey, Lib, good morning. Hey, Jim, here we go. Omer, here we go. Thank you. Yeah, sorry about that, Sheila. Okay, all right, all right. We're getting a little bit of a push lower here. If you start seeing 53, hey, Hun, good morning. Wow. Yeah, they came in nicely on this one right here. Okay, that's good. That's good to see. That is good to see. Good morning, Juju. Good morning. Yeah, sorry guys. On YouTube, I don't have my camera on. It just camera's acting up right now, so I'm gonna just trade without it. All right, so what are we making out of this? The market is out of sync right now. We put a captain set up short, and we came in and did two things: channel number one, channel number two, and we're getting. I see it like when I do it here too, it's acting up. Yeah, I don't like that. Okay. So two things that I've noticed for this session that's worth mentioning. If you look at this, you see how the market on the 50 NT Rinko produced a captain setup switch trade long with a signal to go long at 693. Then now they put a captain setup short at 778, and they're tossing people around those two levels. Okay, so that's an important behavior, because that means the market is bracketed in between those two top ranges, the bottom and the top range, between that 70 to the 790, and that is in essence a market that is trying to consolidate. Yeah, they're back all right. What time is this? 8:40. Okay. All right. So they're about to close that level. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna put an order. ES is about to close the 256 and a quarter. Right, they're putting a captain setup switch trade. I'm gonna cancel this order for now, and or put it all the way up to that 46. Whenever you have a captain setup switch right here, you're gonna get a little bit of a forceful move, and I I want to be careful with that. I'll keep it at 46. Nah. Well, that's pretty decent. Canceling this order for now. All right. Yeah, that was a good one, safe. It's gonna get wild. Yeah. All right, let's see how far they want to take this thing. Be honest with you, it would have had a quick stop at 09, and you would have been fine taking that stop and just kind of moving on. So good work. I mean, I can play this game one spot right here at that 59, and see if they can run up to it. Most likely they'll run up to it and stabilize it. So we'll see. Yeah, it is all over the place. All right. Yeah, don't stop right here. That sucks. Okay. Yeah, if this candle closes lower, I'm gonna have to cancel my order. Yep. Okay, canceling. So what's the idea here? Okay, so I understand what the market is doing. It's just they're trying to shake off some of the shorts. They flipped the 200, and now they're testing it in a significant way. Okay, so I need to see more out of this market. It's only 15 minutes into the cash market open. I need to develop the vocabulary of the day. All right, so they established channel number one really here. They put a captain setup and a retest of it, so they're gonna punch it up. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's not a. That is yeah, wicked. And the market reversed. So they put on a switch trade on the 200 NT Rinko. So the beginning of it was that captain setup switch trade that they put on early right here. Yeah, we saw that. We saw the shenanigans in progress here. Okay, so what do we do with this market now? Yeah, there. I'll put. I'm not gonna. Most likely, I'm not gonna get that pullback to 53, but I'll place it there. What's gonna happen is the market's gonna close the 803. Then I may get an opportunity. 50-point pop in 2 seconds, 20 seconds. Yeah. Yeah. It's an emotional market. Emotions, right? And do you know what the top end of that is? The bottom end of the right here is the bottom end of the Globex band. Oof. What kind of crap is that? Yeah, well, let's see what they want to do. I have an order right there. Okay. So 760. Yeah, that's gonna lend me to doing this. And I can do the 9s. All right, so we're still within the channel on the upside. The target for this upward channel is the 803.75. There you go. Really? That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to get out of that trade. I overfilled. That's fine. I flatted that trade basically. I mean, it's going to actually end up working. It's going to end up actually working. It's going to end up working. 48. Yeah, that's give us 10 points. And it's most likely it's going to punch up a little bit. Here you go. I mean, okay, so let's think about it for a second here. I mean, what are they trying to do here? I mean, they're going to try to go all the way down to 703. I mean, if they do that, then you're dealing with a captain setup short on the 200 NT Rinko. That would be very significant. You know, so the shorts are coming in strong. I mean, this is like literally a meat grinder, and you need to, you know, like cut your size and cut your frequency of trading. Whenever you got this type of behavior, they're literally chewing through people. Okay, so kind of under trade this kind of environment. So we got in at, what is that, 49, covered some here, and I think I accidentally went short by one contract, so we covered. So most likely we're down just a tad bit on that rotation. Ended up really working out for 17 points though. What are we going to do next? Let's take a look, because that's what's important. What's important is what are we going to do next? Okay. What we're going to do next is sing a song. Let's see here. So the market is breaking that. They're establishing a channel and a trend line within that channel, and you're getting a behavior of a stair-step behavior downward. So that's kind of what the market is trying to do right now. Where would they change and shift it in a way recognizable for the longs? If you start breaking anything above 65.75 for NQ. Now let's take a look at ES. I mean, ES is testing harmony zone number 2, and you're very close to the 56 level. And this is like the uncle point for the whole market. And if we break back up in ES at 42.69, then we're back in business on the long side. See that right here? What we're doing right here. Okay? So that's kind of consistent with the longs. And we have a 70 NT wrinkle captain setup, but we're not going to just jump in here. We're going to see what they're doing. So they're coming to harmony zone number 1 again and testing it. Like literally the stops is 34 to any rotation here. Any rotation here has a 34 stop against that captain setup. Yeah. Really? No, that's not good. Well, the 30 NT captain setup, you're about to fill the 70 NT wrinkle here. If they do this, they keep doing this. So they came slightly broke and came back into the body of the channel. They broke the 70 NT wrinkle. Very negative behavior that we just saw right here. That's a negative behavior that we just saw. Now we're testing harmony zone number 2. I mean, this is the last line in the sand for this rotation. And you got a lot of overhead resistance. I'm not going to even attempt to test the harmony zone number 2. I mean, I'll tell you, it would be fairly amazing if we break below 703. And that will set the stage for a push lower in a meaningful way. And when I say a meaningful way, we may end up starting to see 660, and we have targets. Look at that, 517 and 374. You'll start retesting that low of 593. I mean, it would be, if this formation closes at that red line 703.75, is going to set the stage for that scenario to start taking hold, and a total collapse of this consolidation pattern. Okay, and then the reevaluation neutral zone is going to be the 730 to 745 for any move lower. Okay, so that's what the shorts would have to do. I mean, look what they just did here. They put on a captain setup long. So they're fighting. I mean, it's not like one type of trader is just simply winning. They're taking both the shorts and the longs back and forth here. So we got 2 minutes to the top of the hour. We took one trade, and we're gonna sit here and see what this is all about. If you start breaking anything above 67, that will set the stage for the longs to start taking charge. And it's a waiting game right now. All right, guys. I mean, you see those two captain setups that they just built up, ran it up a little bit, and they're coming and closing under it. This is just really negative behavior. We're about to close the 200 NT Rinko into a captain setup, and that is going to be an important event for today. If we close that 703.75, we have a captain setup on the 70 NT Rinko that's failing. So, you know, you see how they're trying to protect it, and they're just constantly trying and trying. I mean, I'm tempted to just jump in here on the close of this candle, because that will set the stage for oh, they're gonna trick me. Oh yeah, they are tricking me. Good for them. Good for them. All right. Yeah, we need to close at 703. We need to close at 703. Yeah, wow. That's some crazy stuff right there. Coming all the way down within what? Oh, 7 to 3, 4 points. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. I mean, I took that trade. It's a good trade. I gave it a decent stop and not too much of a stop. But there's a lot of back and forth here, so I just gotta be careful. So now the 200 and the 100 are back in sync on the long side. Okay. Captain setup. I mean, switch trade after a failed captain setup. There you go. See that one right there? The captain set up failure into a switch trade. That's going to push. Wow. That's a nice one. That was a nice one. So that is a trap. Wow. What a trap they put on here. I mean, when you get that close to that 703 like that and not close it, then do that type of behavior upward. Yeah, good job, Gary. I saw that switch trade. I was like, man, that's a good one. Sorry, David. I don't know why this thing, this Streamlab is doing that. So let me get rid of it. I think that's probably in the settings that I did. So let me just go in there. You could send a long message if you want to. You take that crap out. Yeah, I see your message, David. Yeah, so all right, so they're punching through that. I'm gonna put an order right here at 93. Since the market is exaggerating its moves, there's two spots, either here or I can even try one right here. Okay, now they came close. I'm canceling this one. I'll keep the one at the bottom there. Really? Seriously? Man, that's close. Canceled. That was close, 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 close. That was a close entry right there. Oh, baby, that would have been beautiful. That would have been beautiful right there. Man, oh man. That was my trade. That was my trade. All right, let's just keep working. They're going to give us one of those. I mean, I was right there within a tick. I think what I did is just I slipped it to the 43 because that's just the typical number that they go to. Okay? Yeah, I see that. Okay, so here comes some risk. Here comes some risk. And I have to pay for that type of risk, but I'm just gonna, and this is not an apex trade, so if you're trying to, don't just mimic this blindly. Okay, so I have la- layered these prices, and it's not like it's gonna happen here. Damn it. Yep. Look at that. I can't chase it now. I needed this price right here to start pulling back to get me filled. So I'm gonna have to cancel these orders. All right. Well, the next idea is gonna be there we go. We'll give this one a shot, and if I can see a signal on a pullback earlier than the retest of harmony zone number one, then I'll play that game too. That would have been sweet. Yeah, it's all right, Adam, man. I always catch them, right? I always catch them. They can run, they can hide, they can do whatever they want to do. I will catch them. It's a matter of time. All right, so it's almost 9:30. Where's everybody at on a Friday? Adam, Gary, James, Jim, John, Khaled, Pat, Saif, Sheila, Stephen, Omer, David, Frida, Juju. Hey, good job, Stephen. Good job, Stephen. That's a nice little hit here. All right, so they closed that. It's a runner. I mean, they set the trap. They really did set the trap at that bottom of that range. They were like 4 points away from closing it. Just reversed the whole structure. Like, who come up with that type of stuff? Like, seriously. All right. Considering where how the price is moving, I'm just gonna go 99, either 99 or actually the 96. Okay, here we go. I'll put it right there. See if we can get there. Go from there, and if I see a signal up there, I'll take the scalp version of it. And we'll see what happens.
this ring. There's more than just
target is hit. Next target is 878. I mean, it's just now we're at Globex. Yeah, we need to get into something here. Right. Canceling this order, and we'll see if we can get a pullback. I mean, what's the future of this type of behavior? You know, they had the opportunity to put on that captain setup, and they just literally, you know, within 4 points reversed that whole structure, closed it, and then just shot up in a very meaningful way. The next target is 878.75, and that's going to lend us to start testing a couple of places. One of them is the 904. The next one is going to be a break of the structure above 50 and then testing 990. So this is some of the stuff that we'll be looking at if this tests well here. I mean, ultimately we have this zone right here between right here. That zone is a hard zone for the market to actually bust through. So we're gonna get a little bit of pullbacks in or some resistance in this area. So just gonna be mindful of it while you're going long. The place where we'll reevaluate the strength of the longs is under 835. If we start breaking below that, then we know that we need to pause on the idea of trying to get long. Okay, as we go up into resistance, that's basically what we're looking at here from the perspective of the 200 into Rinko and looking at the bigger picture from an eagle eye point of view. All right, guys. So what we're seeing here is okay. The next target hit. The next target after that is 903.75. I mean, they can excuse me. They can pull back to Harmony zone number one, which is 853 by 43. Then zone two is 28 by 18. You're getting a lot of railroads long in this rotation, and the next target also it's 96.75. So you get 96.75, then you get the 903.75, and you got a couple of stops. Really, these stops even they're buying opportunities because you're getting anything under Globex typically is a stop, but that happens to be Harmony zone number one, which is a buying opportunity area. So really, the stops on any rotation is under 32.75. All right. So we had a break right here around 72 to 75 into a run up, coming back to retest. We're running into an area where things can slow down a little bit. I'd rather see a little bit of a pullback. A potential captain set up short. If we break 66, it's going to be an issue for this market. If we break 66, $24 people. Okay. Here we go. We got a captain set up short on that 66 from the 50 NT Renko, and we have entered a consolidation zone right now. We are in a consolidation zone up at these levels, and we need to be conscious of a couple of things. 85 as a resistance, and we have a captain set up short at 866.75. We're bouncing back off of it a little bit here. All right, so they broke that. That's fine. So they put on that captain setup right here. Let's take a look right here. And at that 66, ran it down all the way to harmony zone number 1, and then flipped it back up, and now we're running into the next target of 903. There's another thing going on here is look where the target is. That's the top end of the Globex band. So the expectation here, if we bust through that 10, is to start getting back into the band. They typically will spend some time in and around this area, you know, building stops. So if we punch in here, then you're gonna start seeing a little bit of this going on. Okay. So what we're seeing here, let's just back up a little bit. They put a captain setup long here and they failed it. So that is a negative behavior right there, and we're pushing. So there's a good chance that we can start seeing a little bit of a pullback to this zone right here, harmony zone number 1. Hey MKO, good morning. All right, so what are we waiting on? I mean, we're seeing basically the market, they didn't even break up to that level yet, and they're just doing this little back and forth consolidation that we're seeing right now. Support is harmony zone number 1 and 2, 53 by 43 and 28 by 18. And pullbacks are viable in the direction of the push. At 9:39, we have the FOMC meeting number, and that's an attracted, that's a level that's going to attract price upward. Okay, so as long as we continue to hold on to those two levels right here, we will get a potential push to the upside. And we hit the target. We hit that initial target that we have here, and we have the next target, which is 928, and then we have the FOMC at 939. Harmony zone number 1 and 2 shifted upward, and now we have a 78 by 68 and 53 by 43 as levels to look at. Posting an order, and that order is to buy at 879. I may adjust it if we get close to it in reverse. Let's see if we can get an execution here. Yeah, 940, 950 coming up too. Yeah, I may not get filled on that 879, but I'll just keep it there, and I'll look for scalping opportunities on the upside. I mean, they're all over the place. I mean, that's just a scalping opportunity. This one that we're in has a stop of 13 and a target of 28. Here we came in very close to harmony zone number 1 at that time. It's a stair-step price action to the upside. Right, we hit that target, and the next target from here is 953, and I'm pulling for 904. I don't like 904. So we're heading, or I mean, for all practical reasons, we're already there. We're at the FOMC meeting number. I mean, there's a captain setup right here. Oh, they feeling it. Ooh. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, we should see a little bit of a pullback here. Okay, so that's 10 and 5, 5. I'm gonna push it. Well, I'm just gonna leave it alone actually. Just leave it alone. Yeah, this is like twice that we hit this level. So I'm gonna have to go and reduce my adjust my price to that 96.75. Let's see if I can get a fill there. That will give me a little bit more room to the upside on a bounce. They may not entertain my order at all, but I have two choices: either keep that order here, and also look for entry points up here on a scalping basis. So that's the two ideas that I am working with here. bucks. All right, so you got that captain setup switch trade short on excuse me, on the 40 NT Rinko, and we're getting a little bit of a pullback into a harmony zone number one, and we keep. I mean, we're testing it well so far. Yeah, I know, Gary. I paid twice. It just, I wasn't comfortable with that signal that on the 40 NT Rinko. So I gave it a little bit more room to give me more room for an upward move. But here you go, it's working. I mean, yeah, you're getting the captain on the 40 short, you're getting captain on the 30 long. It's just a mixed market here. Yeah, I mean, it's what time is it? It's 10:23. We had a massive move upward. Yeah, they don't want to give up that harmony zone number one right now. They're trying. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what happened here on that original entry that I had. What is that? We had an O3. We had an O3 actually. So we had an O3 13. Yeah. I mean, we got our 17 points off of that. Yes, only it only paid 200 points, right? Yeah. We didn't want that 03 at all, did we? Good Lord. 90. I had it at 96. I had it at 03 first, then moved it to 06 when they did this double bottom against that captain setup switch trade. I mean, I feel it was the right decision for me. It would have gave me a little bit more room to the upside and give me a better stop value. So now we see the original entry just becoming a superstar. Look at that thing. 03 all the way to 50. Oh yeah, you took that. Yeah, you took that switch trade. Yeah, this one. Yeah, that's a good one. Double. I know. There's one switch trade right here and the second one right after it. That's good stuff. That target got hit. Next target is 978. 978. Harmony zone number one shifted to 928 by 918 and 903 by 893. ES is moving nicely. Next target in ES is 43.1275. Excuse me, 43.12 and a half. Harmony zone number 1 is 300 by 97, and 93 by 90 is harmony zone number 2. We just hit the target. Next target on ES is 43.1875. And I'm sure you guys got the email from Apex. They're they're throwing in another discount here called the fall discount. 71. I don't know who came up with that number. 71%. But that's a link to it. And that's the harmony code. Such an odd number for a discount, right? 71%. Couldn't be 70%. 73%. It's just like 71. They're going bankrupt. Who's saying that? I don't think so. Why would you say that? I mean, what makes you think that that is what's going on? Well, all year long they've been doing it though. I would think if they're in trouble, that trouble would have showed up by now. They made people whole on a bunch of technical issues a couple of months back. Double switch trades on both the 20 into Rinko and the 70 into Rinko. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, if you guys took that one, good for you. Target number 4 is a good spot for you to take it. I mean, don't get greedy. The next target is 15,003, but that's a whole number. You expect a little bit of a pause and a pullback. So make sure you take it off 4. Gary, don't get greedy, Gary. I know what you're thinking. Take your profit. Don't get break even. There's nothing to get break even on. Just take your profit. Watch them put a captain setup short right here. Yeah, I mean, Hassan, nobody's taking. We're talking about those two signals right here that happened. I mean, look, you typically are looking for these targets as area of you taking a profit, not not establishing a position. And it doesn't matter if it continues to go, Gary, or not. It's a good practice to take your profit at these targets. Now, if you had a different read on the here we go. We hit that target, the big target. Now the next target is 15,028 and 75. Harmony zone number 1 shifted to 78 by 68. Harmony zone number 2 is 53.43, and pullbacks are viable. And it doesn't matter how long it goes; it's going to continue to go till they reverse it. And I'll tell you this: we'll reevaluate this structure if we break anything under 960. So that is the number. So the market is long unless we break 960. Target number 5 is hit. And I got to the tick. And they're pulling back. All right. It's 10:44. I'm going to reduce my size to one contract and one contract only. And I'm going to put an order to go along right here. And let's see if they come back and hit me. So yeah, Adam, um, look at. I mean, kind of look at it here from a perspective of a learning opportunity, right? It's such a tempting. It is such a tempting thing to look at this market, and for example, look at seven from 792, right? From 792, market is running. We had we had how many candles in a row for goodness sake here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 20 candles in a row. We got 20 candles. What the hell did I? Give me a second, guys. I'm seeing some shenanigans here. Okay. So, back to that conversation. We 20 candles in a row that just basically went long. And it is very, very reasonable for the trader, any trader, to look at that and say, hey, listen, the market is due for a pullback and a correction. Okay? And then starts to go short. Now, you have two things going on at the same time there. One of them is account management, and the second thing is trade management. So, the reasonable assumption of a retracement has to also consider those two elements of the trading process. So, if I'm getting in there and then adding to it and adding to it and adding to it, and it keeps going higher and I add to it till I run out of bullets, then it blows, then that trader had a decent idea to begin with, but due to sizing issues, ended up blowing an account. And at the same time, it's an issue of emotional control. At what point would you say that idea was no longer valid? So the decision to say I'm wrong should come before an account blows up, not after. The cornerstone to prevent this behavior from becoming an issue is truly a sizing issue. Is whenever the trade is going against you, you never add to it. Only when the price is under your initial entry do you add to it on signals. And that idea by itself would prevent a trader from going through a cycle where he's defending and defending and defending against something that is so decisively not working. So, as traders, I mean, we all go through. We're very similar in so many ways, but also different in others. And most of us struggle with the idea of fighting a stop. And not wanting to take it because you just don't, like you think if you just fight, give it a little bit more room and average in it, it's gonna work. And a lot of times it does. And that's the problem. It's a lot of time it actually does. Okay? But every time a trader goes through, a blown up account or a big drawdown or whatever, you never beat yourself up over it. You just make sure that you understand one thing. How did you fail? And how do you reverse engineer it? That is the biggest question any of us will ever ask as a trader. How did I fail? And how do I reverse engineer it? Because success is never going to come from you wanting money. You're never going to be better as a trader by wanting more money. Everybody wants $1 billion today, right? We all want it. We all need it. We all want to have as much of it as possible. So that is never going to be the thing that's going to make you better. is wanting more. It's literally going back into all your trades and saying, asking that fundamental questions: how do I fail? When I fail, what are step 1, step 2, step 3 that I take? Okay? And go over every step of that process and reverse engineer it. So if, for example, the main reason somebody blows up is they are in a wrong trade and they keep adding. Okay? So that is a center stone of how that specific trader fails. Okay? So how do you reverse engineer that idea? Make a rule. And the rule is, you get into a trade, if it goes against you, you have a stop, you take it. If it goes in your favor, you add to it. Okay? What happens if you get to a situation, then you feel like you cannot implement that idea by itself? Then you have mental blocks that you need to isolate, dissect, and dissolve to prevents you from acting properly in the market. So basically, you're not trusting yourself, or you're not trusting your system. So that's something that's even outside the market that you have to go through and reverse engineer that one as well. But once you reverse engineer these things, you'll find yourself a lot more relaxed. You're not fighting the market. It's either going to stop you or it's going to pay you. And you're fixing the cost of operation. So cost of operation is a stop and a commission. So every time you're going to get stopped, you're going to pay whatever it is, $100, $200, $300 per contract, whatever that value that you're comfortable with. So you start fixing the cost of operation as a trader, then it makes sense at that point. You're gonna start seeing consistency, and know, you're doing good, and you're consistent, and then all of a sudden, all the wheels start to fall off. This is such a psychological game, and part of it is really, really sitting down and write it down. Don't even, just talk about it. Just literally write it down, and have somebody that that cares about your journey as a trader hold you accountable and say, hey, listen, how do I fail? And let's reverse engineer it. But reverse engineer it in a way that you can apply it consistently in the market. That last switch was beautiful, I know, but I'm sitting here talking, but this is a very important topic for all of us. Yeah, MKO, I mean, that's exactly correct. It works, and it stops working. Like right here, we're at target number 5, right? I mean, earlier, at target number 5. It is an absolutely reasonable proposition for me to say, hey, listen, I'll go short at target number 5, and I should be getting a break below 500, 15,000. It is absolutely a sound idea. And guess what they do? They say, the hell with your sound idea, we're going higher. And boom, they shoot up like that. So my job is to say, hey, listen, I'm going to add to this trade, but I'm going to add to it only if it's in my favor. Then you go and break even. So that stops you out for a break even or small profit. And you don't go through that process of pain. No, that's another idea. But typically people when they're fading, they're fading against everything anyway, the 200 and the 100. So that idea also what helps me from going batshit crazy is I have the 200 and the 100 in sync. Well, guess what? I have a buy order at these prices. I'm looking for these damn pullbacks to get involved. Even if they don't fill me, guess what? I mean, that's good. At least I'm in the direction of the market and I'm not looking at these things as shorting opportunity. So that is a savior on by itself. But anyway, so the big idea here is a simple one. Never beat yourself up. Just simply, ask that fundamental question in your trading. It's not how do I succeed and how much money do I want to make. It's literally the opposite of it. How do I fail and how do I reverse engineer it? And if you spend time reverse engineering your fatal flaws in trading, then just naturally you'll be a lot more effective. And you'll be a lot more calm in the market. Because what's happening, you're going to start trusting yourself. We're dealing with a lot of uncertainty here. Like nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. Nobody does. Look at that thing. Target number 6, and they're just hello. All right, guys, that's it for me. You guys have a blessed day. We'll do this again and again and again. And again.